Hey everyone, before the video starts, if you want to see me play Kaisa top live, I have more info about my stream at the end of the video. Okay, today it's time for episode 2 of Undertale the matchup, and today we are dealing with Fiora. If you look at the tier list, she's one of the hardest matchups you can face top lane, and that's for two big reasons. First, she can run Grasp. This rune after a couple auto attacks can proc on enemy champion and dealing increased damage. Plus, she can also proc Vital, so Grasp plus Vital can easily poke you for 10% of your HP. And not to mention that if she hits you, her Q cooldown gets reduced by 50%. Which makes it into a really fun laning experience. Anyways, second reason why is that she can easily run you down. Her W and E can slow you, and with R, you're or dead or forced to back. But there's a reason why she's not in really hard tier like Kled or Olaf. The reason is that her dive is not the best. Kled and Olaf can dive you even if you have 60% HP, while Fiora needs you to be low. So to recap, respect her Q and try to make her miss her Q so it goes into a long CD, and never have the wave in a bad spot like for most champions this tier. And with the intro out of the way, let's start with the commentary. Now, even though Fiora is a strong duelist, she doesn't have the base wave clear compared to a Kaisa in the early game, so you should be able to get the wave priority. Thus, a 3-wave shove. You know the drill if you watched my content before: slow push wave 1 and wave 2, and hard shove wave 3 while trying to poke her as much as possible. One thing I never really talked about before is the timing to crash the third wave. In most of my game, I try to aim at 2 minutes and 50 seconds as the perfect time to crash wave 3. After 2 minutes, wave 4 will be here and will prevent my crash. Before 2.5 minutes, the enemy has time to clear the wave, making the wave reset rather than push into me. Now in this game, I was able to crash the wave at 2 minutes and 53 seconds, which is still acceptable, and I do something I love to do every time. I go poke my head in the enemy jungle to spot out the enemy jungler. It's important to understand that most jungler will be around blue at 3 minutes if they did a standard bulk clear. Now there's two possibilities here. One, the blue is gone. Here you can use a Scarab Bloom or your W to check if Grump is still alive. If the Grump was farmed, this means that the enemy jungle is in bot lane, so make sure to ping bot to back off. Or like in this game, Maokai did a normal clear and is on blue right now. With this, first I give information to my team where exactly Maokai is. Second, this is most of the time enough to prevent an early gank top lane. Maokai knows he's been spotted, so he won't waste time top. And finally, I lost nothing doing this. Fiora is stuck on the tower farming minions, and anyway the wave is pushing to me so I don't lose much XP or CS. Alright, wave is pushing and crashing to my tower. Since Fiora is low, she's backing off, and goes back to base. Now I want to do a little quiz for you guys. At this point, I also want to back. I don't want to be in an item disadvantage versus a Fiora, and anyway the wave is pushing into her. So what should I do? Should I A, clear the wave on the tower and back? B, clear the wave on the tower and shove the next wave and back? C, shove until I get a crash, or D, slow push until I get a crash. I'll give you guys a couple seconds. If you said A or B, it's wrong. In both cases, you're giving Fiora a freeze for free, which you don't want. Even if you were to shove the next wave as fast as possible, it would still not crash. If you said D, it's right but not the best option here, because you're giving Fiora all the time she wants to come back to lane, and she has more time to contest the push while having more items than you. If you said C, grats, it's what I would recommend. Shoving until a crash allows me to recall faster than a slow push. Also, sometimes it can make the enemy top laner panic and force his TP, although here Fiora was smart enough to not do it. Finally, I just need to shove one more wave until it crashes, and that's what I do. Now I'm still being respectful, I don't care if I lose CS, I just don't want this wave to crash. Fiora makes her Q here and that's it, I can finish crashing. You can see that even if Fiora is stronger than 1v1, the wave put enough pressure on her to prevent her from simply running me down. Alright, I back, get my items, and time for quiz number 2. Should I TP back to lane, yes or no? Remember, the wave is slow pushing back to me. The answer should be no. If you said yes, try to think what am I achieving by TPing back to lane. I can't beat the Fiora 1v1, so I'm just gonna sit around, wait for the wave to come back to me. At best, I don't lose 1 or 2 CS worth of gold and XP, but that's it. It's simply not worth it to TP here. Now, I come back to lane, and I try to get a cannon, but it doesn't work. So I should just wait near my tower and let the wave push into me. Right, Alex?
Ooh, that's kind of small.
Well, I got greedy and I paid the price for it. This is just the common mistake for most players, getting greedy for minions and losing all their HP for it. Alright, what should I do in this situation then? Open-ended question, just think about it. Just back and use TP, there is no reason to be risky here. And anyway, I don't want to risk dying to a dive when I have my TP up. But what if you didn't have TP? Well, in this situation, it's more of a gamble. It's possible you can outplay her since you have flash in your ultimate and you are around 40% HP. but if you were at 10% or 28% HP, just back. There's little chance that you win that dive, and it's better to lose CS and play it than also give a kill to Fiora. Alright, let's continue. I crash a wave on the Fiora tower safely and let the wave crash back into my tower. Now let's not talk about I lost too much HP, I just got greedy again. At this point, I'm just trying to let the wave push slowly while remaining safe enough from Fiora. Now look at Fiora and try to figure out what is the massive mistake she's doing here. And here's a little hint, look at this carefully. Yes, Echo just ganked bot lane, and it was even shown in the kill message, so it makes sense that after going bot lane, it will go top after. So Fiora should just let the wave push into her tower to make sure she's not into any danger. But not only she doesn't do that and contest the wave, but even start to make the wave push back into me, so obviously to no one's surprise, Echo is here, and with all her thumb and my ultimate, she has nowhere to go and she dies. This gank should have never happened. It's not like Echo rushed top lane. No, he did a full clear. He took his raptors, buff and Krugs before even ganking. Fiora had all the time and information to let the wave push back into her tower, but she was so tunnel vision into poking me that she simply didn't care about the map and ended up dying to an obvious gank. This is all to comment top lane. People that play Cham like Fiora are a lot of time really aggressive like that. They don't care about the wave, and this is Master Elo. They are legit everywhere. Now, even if the game was closer and not a stomp, it doesn't really matter. In terms of top lane, the lane went really well. I got Q evolution without feeding and I'm ahead of the Fiora. As soon as I get my W evolution, I can start exploiting the game out of control while the Fiora is still trying to catch up. In conclusion, here's what we can learn from this video. 1. Wave management is king in top lane. Even when you're facing a champ that's stronger than you in a 1v1, good wave management can easily balance things out to the point of you winning the matchup if you play it well. And 2. Abuse people that are aggressive. When you're playing a scaling pick like a Kaisa or a Kale versus bruisers or duelists like Fiora, it's common for them to be super aggressive. If you see them being aggro, let them be aggro. Collect free farm, let them in their lane for you while you scale safely and destroy them when you hit your spike. And that's it. But before ending the video, let's quickly talk about my stream. I did my first real stream on Friday and thanks for everyone that came. If you want to see me play Kaisa later on, I made a schedule. I'll be streaming on Monday from 7 AM to 9 AM, then on Wednesday from 1 PM to 3 PM, and finally on Saturday, not counting this one, from 5 PM to 8 PM. So if you want to come hang out, ask me questions about League or Kaisa related, feel free. And with that, thanks for watching and I'll see you guys next time.